How you going, everyone? Coach Jono here for the third episode of Mindful Monday. Again, here in my car because it is, again, very damn cold here in Sydney. So I'll be doing these in my car now just because it is just too damn cold for me. And sorry if I do sound a bit congested. I got a bit of a blocked nose, so hopefully that's you can still understand me. Now, what I wanted to speak about this morning was mindful exercise. Mindful Monday, mindful exercise. Now, in the post description, I talk about people being very busy these days, and we're using a lot of mental capacity at work, at home, and like I said, at play, out in social life, and that sort of stuff. So when we get to the gym, a lot of people like to use it as an escape, and that's why we've seen a rise in things like F45 and 12-round boxing, because it's much simpler. You go in 12 rounds, very easy to understand. There's 12 stations, and you go on each station for a set amount of time, and you move around in a certain direction. That's pretty simple. You don't really need to think about it. So we become very passive when we're exercising. We're just in there, we're going through the motions. And I want to challenge you, and I want to say what I recommend is being mindful. Being mindful when we exercise. And what that means is just really focusing on what you are doing and not just being so passive in your workout. And I found this took me quite a long time to sort of achieve. And once I did achieve it, I was gaining so much more in the way of muscle activation and control. So I would be able to do an exercise and really make sure that I was feeling where it was, because I was being very mindful of the exercise. Say a push-up. I was making sure that my shoulders were down and that my shoulder blades were retracting when I was coming down. And I would make sure that I feel that stretch through the chest, and then I would push back up. And I could tell when I wasn't doing it 100% correctly. Maybe hands were a bit lower than normal. They were a bit wider. My elbows flared out. You could feel that your shoulders were maybe a bit more raised. So that really helped because I was being much more mindful about the push-ups. So that is something that I really recommend for you to do. Now, like with all exercise, you're not going to get it perfect straight away. So what I recommend is picking an exercise that you're going to be doing each time and trying to be more mindful with that. So say today you're going to be doing some squats and some other exercises. I would try and focus on just the squats, making sure that each set, each rep is perfect. And if you feel something's a bit off, what is it? Really focus on it. Is it your knees? Are they, collapsing in? Is it that you're not sitting far enough back, so you're putting too much pressure on the quads? Are you pushing through more of the toes instead of the full foot? Are you too much through the heels? There's lots of things to think about. And being mindful will really help you understand your body. And that's one big thing I always recommend. And that's why I always recommend mindful exercise. Going and doing the exercise and really being immersive in the exercise. Now, again, I understand that sometimes exercise, we know we need to do it and we don't really want to think about it because we are so busy in our lives, and that's great. That's why I just recommend picking one exercise. Squats, push-ups, whatever you're going to be doing, always recommend a body weight exercise. And you can do it in your warm-up, and that'll help you have a greater understanding of your body, how you're moving, how you're feeling for that day. Maybe you're a bit tight for whatever reason. So you can focus on that. Maybe do some more myofascial release, some more stretching to get you loose. So that's what I want to leave you with today. Quite simple. Focus on mindful exercises, team. So I'll be continuing to do Mindful Monday. So thanks for watching this. If you're watching it on replay, thank you very much. Make sure that you share it with someone that you believe would get a lot of benefit out of this, someone that you think could gain from doing some form of mindful exercise. Thanks for joining me, team.